I want to say now the importance of voting. The importance of influencing all party platforms, no question. And once we see what each party has in terms of Indigenous or First Nations priorities, make an informed choice. You know, when we look back to 2015, there was a fire lit across Canada. 61.5% of eligible voters, First Nations voters, voted. In some instances, they ran out of ballots on reservations because so many voters turned out to vote. And so now the message is that First Nations priorities are Canada's priorities. First Nations issues are Canada's issues. And if you want to become Prime Minister or a member of Parliament, you better listen to our people and our issues concerns, because we vote now and we are important and we have impact. That's what's going to happen in October. We're not going to be pushed to the side anymore. And we've embraced that concept of dual citizenship. We've embraced that concept of dual citizenship. Part of the Cree Nation, part of Little Black Bear. And if you want to exercise that right to vote, do so. We've all done that. That will bring about impact in October.
I think that the National Chief was clear that for too long, the First Nations particularly were viewed as not voting, and therefore quite often there was a, you know, if they don't vote, you don't need to bother putting their issues in a platform or as part of a campaign. That's no longer the case. It was made very clear in the last election that Indigenous people voted in numbers. In fact, the National Chief voted for the first time, in that there were many people that felt, and that's why he was talking about this dual citizenship piece, that you can be a citizen of the Cree Nation and also vote in a Canadian election. And I think that for many Indigenous people who had not previously voted in their lives, that this was a complete change for them to get out to vote. And I think that we're seeing that also with young people, that people are starting to understand that they get a say in who their partner is going forward on reconciliation, on decolonizing. So they get a say really in the election of their own leadership, but also in the leadership of Canada.